Since the maga they pay. The maga they pay. They say among those people where they will get loaded for now, Tifnumbu is number one. If you have your way around, Baba, you go cash out. This one don't cash out small. Go take your turn. Soldier go, soldier come. No, ni. Abibeko. And so we see ladies and gentlemen. And before we could say Jack, Jibrin don't decamp to ANRP, Kwakwanso Political Party. So as we are talking right now, Tifnumbu camp, they are looking for a new director or a new campaign manager. So all of you, the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, in fact, maybe some of you, they won't consider you, okay, for that job. But what about all of you, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, the Abrodian Buhari Dideris, the Abrodian Buhari Dinotus Buhari Dijatus. They say job don't do. Campaign manager for Swagger 2023. They never leave you. They've left you. Now, you are what? You are on your own. So how many times will they tell you that Nigeria is not for you?
How many times will they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. I am mumu not too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise?
You are a mumu man. For that time. Some of you, your mumu don't mature. We be say, now the time we be say you want, they say, hey, substitute. Now you go discover. What is the percentage of your mumu? And which weight your mumu carry as we speak. But anyway, there's also something at least on the side. Sonweku got endorsement from Tifnumbu publicly. Some of you have seen the video, haven't you? This one. So yeah. So, and in Lagos, yeah, at least they feel like even if the one way that they pursue no work, they still have something to fall back to in Lagos. And somehow, Aṣíwájú for president o. Lórí 15. Ebi ń pa wá, kò sí yẹn mọ́. Aṣíwájú for president o. Pẹ̀lú Congo gàrí, ìyà ń jẹ wá, kò sí yẹn mọ́. After that, everybody go collect their share. Wait. Shama Padelo, when else are you going to need us? Next week. We are meeting here next week again. All of you come, okay? There'll be gàrí, there'll be rice, there'll be Ebi ń pa wá, kò sí yẹn mọ́. Aṣíwájú for president o. Ìyà ń jẹ wá, kò sí yẹn mọ́. Àwọn elébi. Bí àǹtí ẹ̀ ń sìn kó pe mọ́mì ẹ̀ kó pe everybody tó mọ̀. Àwọn tí wọ́n ń dákún ìṣòro tí everybody ló ń ṣe ló ń gba àwẹ̀ bíríbírí lé lórí nìyẹn o. Àwẹ̀ àgbà yípo. Àgbà fẹ́ǹtì. Àdúrà àgbàkúlàdúrà. Àgbàkúlà kí ló dé? Kí ló le tó yẹn? àwọn àǹtí tó ń gba 1,500 tó ń gba 1,000 nìyẹn tó ń kọrin tó ń make oríṣiríṣi orin. ṣẹ̀rẹ̀gbẹ́ wa bí ṣẹ̀rẹ̀gbẹ́ wa bí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣẹgbẹ́ yín jákujàku ṣẹ̀rẹ̀gbẹ́ wa bí. àwọn àǹtí tó ń darin yẹn àwọn lọ contribute sí wọ. You are a graduate àbí? I'm a graduate of a mechanical engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm a graduate of mechanical engineering. Yeah. That's a very good one. But what are you doing now? Baba, you see, this Nigeria go easy. Okada mongunsin. Okada ke. Kilode. Baba, you're asking me, Kilode, this is Nigeria? Nigeria is, you have to survive. I said, you graduate? My Baba, graduate. I actually wish I actually learn how to, handwork instead of wasting my life in going to school and it's so bad. Baba, what's the jubelo? So how about family? How about see that one a long story again. You see, I want to contribute to àwọn ló ń kọrin tó ń jó yẹn. Ẹ lọ sọ fúnra yín. Everybody ló máa ṣe kíni o, ló máa jẹ breakfast. Ọba Kílọ̀tìǹpé, Ondo State Governor has responded to what do you call it? To Emefiole, who said that is being called upon to come and be the president of Nigeria. Are you with me? Now, Emefiole. Omashio. Let me show you one, right? You remember Dimeji Bankole, the former Speaker of House of Representatives in Nigeria? Instead, don't pay 100 million. No joke. The president of African Development Bank, former Minister of Agriculture in Nigeria, Akinwumi Adesina or something. Some people don't pick up another 100 million in APC for him too. They are running open Yahoo before all of you. Nigeria ti lana the blow yeah. So Akeredolu came out and it was like, oh boy, we know say things done bad, but we didn't know that it's this terrible, it's this bad. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Central Bank governor want to be president. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan now? Àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn Tinubu gbé wá bá Nàìjíríà nìyẹn o. Jẹ́jẹ́ ni jihadi jókòó táwọn Tinubu tó rọ́ fẹ́ jẹ president tó lọ wọ́ Boko Haram wá. Jẹ́jẹ́ ni ikú jókòó tó ń sinmi nínú sàárè táwọn Tinubu torí ìjẹkújẹ tó lọ tọwọ́ bòkú lójú tó lọ gbá àwọn apààyàn wá síjọba. Àsìkò tí wá tó báyìí o, àwọn náà ti wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jẹ nínú èrè iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ wọn. Central Bank governor, somebody in charge of your money, somebody printing your money, somebody in charge of your monetary policy torí Ọlọ́run. Kò ní ragbá fún Tinubu, kò ní ragbá fún gbogbo àwọn tó ń tì lẹ́yìn. Ọlọ́run gbọ́ ẹ̀mọ́ nǹkan méjì tó ṣe o. Ó máa yé yín later. Godwin Emefiole ní Central Bank governor yín ní Nàìjíríà. Òun ni ẹni tí ó bànú crypto ní Nàìjíríà. Òun ni ẹni tó close ìwé àkáǹtì àwọn EndSARS protesters. Ó ní torí pé kí ni terrorist ni wọ́n. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? It was Emefiole, the Central Bank governor in Nigeria, who blocked the accounts of the EndSARS protesters. And he publicly said the reason why they blocked them is because they are terrorists. It was the same Emefiole who banned crypto in Nigeria simply because the young people are having access to that, creating wealth on their own. The same Emefiole has paid 100 million naira to become president of Nigeria. So even Akeredolu is like, this thing don't this thing don't worse. We dey pretend this thing don't make sense. So now so Akeredolu put this letter where you get on your screen. He put the letter out. It doesn't matter anyway, but for the record, that Emefiole should be fired. He shouldn't just be fired. He should also be investigated and tried for the economic crime and all that. Now, this is the disgrace that APC Egbekegbe have brought, and it's now up to you if you continue to believe that they have anything to offer at all. They brought not just that, they brought a lot. They brought propaganda, gaslighting, profiling, and that was why yesterday the entire media space was washed with lies that IPOB has been designated as a terrorist organization by the British government. I remember I did a part on that yesterday a lot, and I actually spent so much emotional time on that because I detest the damages done by those who have caused a lot of destruction in this whole struggle, those who have tried to derail the purpose of this entire process and all that, giving room to the criminals who have been waiting for a time that they can have an opportunity to legitimize their own crimes against humanity in eastern Nigeria. So it's kind of it makes you feel sad when you realize that people are being lied to, and lies are actually gaining so much traction. There are so many people are latching on that and not minding the damages this is doing. Do you get what I mean now? So I spent my time yesterday to do all of that. I got a very lovely feedback, but I didn't know that the UK government is going to put out a rebuttal to further cement what we all knew then that was a propaganda, but not many were bold enough to come out early enough to say this is not real. This doesn't make any sense. Many didn't even read the report. So the UK came out and said it was a misinformation to say UK government have now designated IPOB as a terrorist organization. Nigeria is hiding something. We all know that. They are spending fortune to make sure that IPOB is discredited and blamed for all the atrocities going on in eastern Nigeria. I am not saying that IPOB is 100% a saint, but violence, of course, that is not one of their own modus operandi. So it is the job of the government, genuinely, if they never, for example, criminalize the self-determination struggle, if they never criminalize this, it will be easier to identify people who identify publicly as IPOB members as they used to do. They will congregate, they will meet. You can meet them, you can interview them, you can talk to them, but you don't criminalize them. If they didn't do that, at least there will be no reason for infiltrators. There will be no room for impersonators. But they deliberately did all of that, and they funded propaganda to help them cement a kind of a lobbyist agenda in America, in UK, all over the world, for them to believe that IPOB is violent. But the whole world, listen, let me tell you something. The reason why I told people that they should never glorify the unknown gunmen, praise them, or even share anything about them. You should not join those who are sharing the operation of ESN on social media. Keep all those things to yourselves, because there's this orc hovering around. You can't deny them. They are wreaking havoc. They are causing this different, anguish and all of that in Igbo land. And your rhetorics and utterances on social media are all they needed to validate that. But that's all you know. There's more to that. They pay people hundreds of millions of dollars, pound sterling, to go abroad and ensure that parliament all over the world will begin to see IPOB as a violent organization. And that's why I'm so passionate about, don't let this happen. Please, don't do that. Please, don't glorify their killers. If there are criminals who are hibernating, trying to use the name of Biafra to wreak havoc, you can't blame IPOB for that. You get what I mean now? You can't kill innocent people for that. It is the job of the government to fish those criminals out, prosecute them, and let those who are genuinely pushing for Biafra, let them go. It is not a crime. Do you understand that now? But because government is involved, and some of you don't know that, when you post pictures, some of you will even go as far as Cameroon to go and bring fake photos, to come and justify unknown gunmen in Nigeria to say they did this. Meanwhile, the people they paid are on social media too. They are screenshotting, submitting this information to different parliaments in America last year. If not for the Igbo, I don't know what, I can't remember the Igbo Union in America. Do you have a name for that place? Ndi Igbo in America. They got a hint of it, and they moved quickly to stop the process of tagging IPOB a terrorist. But some of you, I know sometimes emotion can be running riot with you, right? But let me tell you something. If you are not smart, you are going to play into the hand of those who are already wanted to roast you. But hello, you can choose your poison, but don't blame anyone when you begin to die of it. But there are people who actually are sensible enough to know why they are involved in all of this, and they will never play into their hands. You know, I said, the unknown government or no unknown government, when they declare you a terrorist organization, it is actually so ignorant of you to think that they will call us terrorists. They call Mandela terrorists. They call this terrorists. They call that one terrorists. At the end of the day, what happened? You are ignorant. You don't want to experience what Mandela experienced. No, you don't want to. Of course, my ego forget it. Once they call you with the level of traction that the Biafra struggle and agitation has actually garnered all over the world today, courtesy because of your resilience. You get what I mean now? Your firm consistency. Yeah? The whole world is reading. The whole world is watching. The whole world is paying attention as well. But you see, the moment they call you a terrorist, number one, you can no longer gather and do any protest anywhere in the world. Do you know that? A terrorist organization will not be allowed to. And let me tell you something. Yes, Biafra is, to many of you, Biafra or nothing else. Of course. But do you know you also have your life outside the struggle too? Before the eventual emergence of a Biafra, you are still going to live. You are still going to take care of your family. Something chased you out of Nigeria. You are safe somewhere right now. That is why you can exercise that freedom of expression. I'm a Biafran, I'm proud. But you see, the moment they tag you a terrorist, you may not take this serious. I'm saying it to you right now. You will never be allowed to raise that flag anywhere in public anywhere, except if you are ready to be taken to different jails in your host country. Now, let me tell you how that works, yeah? You will begin to have the record of the arrest. If you have a kind of a stable life and you are not really, you are smart enough, then you understand that you must never, ever accept it when they push a narrative that you are a terrorist. Don't take it. Don't even joke about it. Flare up right away. Because you see those who are throwing, who are shading, who are using that that language, they are baiting you. And somehow, you may feel so powerful. You may feel so kind of a little bit like elated because they said terrorists, this, that, they've done this or that. You don't know them, but they are doing it to those who have done terrible things to your people, to you. But that little validation and all of that, is going to take away a lot from you. And it's going to set this whole movement backward for a very wide margin. By a very wide margin. Smart people should be smart enough to understand why the toga of terrorists or what have you must never be joked about when they talk about Biafra. When they talk about Yoruba nation, any kind of tag of terror, any violence or anything, you must deny them and reject them. It's so important. We've made so much gains. Don't let that get into our heads. We still have a very long way to go. Please don't make it longer. That's why we said, you see those who are committing the crimes in Eastern Nigeria, they have names. Currently, they are protected by Nigeria because Nigeria is a crime scene, of course. But they have names. Those atrocities that you are seeing there, they are on record. They are never going to go away. The table is going to turn. Oh, you don't believe. Definitely, you are not following. That's why don't ever celebrate any unknown gunmen or anything at all anywhere. When you hear the story that they bomb police station, condemn it. When you hear the story that some people are walking about enforcing it at home, threatening people, condemn them. Because your mission and what you have managed to achieve, if you don't have a traction of it, well, maybe somebody like me can continue to remind you. That harsh, hard tones utterances that make you feel like you are not invincible. And the damages this would do is worse than what Nigeria is doing right now. You know what this thing Boko Haram is doing, eh? They get expiry date. There's expiry date to all the madness going on in Nigeria right now. There's expiry date. This is something like never before. Are you with me? Something like never before. You must be in the right place, in the right state of mind, in the right state of mental health. And you can only do that if you understand what is going on, what you are doing, why are you involved, and you will never be dragged into a violence that you have no idea about. The which way they keep picking, they see blood for a mouth. And I always use that phrase because it is pretty much safe to never join them in spreading fear. You see, if some of you don't know, the reason why Nigeria has gotten to this terrible state that we are in today is, and people have become so kind of docile, sort of, indifference and all of that, adaptive. I'm going to just adapt. It's simply because they put their hands indirectly, or should I say, they kind of, I can't say ignorantly, because most of them are intentional, thinking that that could be the end of something to what they are facing right now. But that doesn't even matter as we speak. The bottom line is this. We have gained so much that we cannot now let ourselves to be triggered to dance to the surrogate that these criminals, the surrogate drum or surrogate dance that they are introducing. And you all know, say surrogate na this dance of the spirits. He who dances to surrogate, will likely not live to tell this story. They want you to dance to it. You will reject it. You've gained a lot. Oh dear. This conversation has gained a lot. But if we let our emotion drive us this time, well, we can't blame anyone else. We just have to blame ourselves. That is why people like me, you can call me a teacher. Some said I'd be preacher. My job is not to judge you. For real, no. I mean, my job is to point out something that is hidden in that your subconscious mind is always there, telling you it is the right thing to do. You can't save a contraption that you never had a say when they were putting it together. You can't say or think you can save a contraption whose work manual is not even written, reviewed, or without any inputs from you. Come on, man. Throw it away. Chart a new course. And believe me, you won't regret it. Some of us have chosen that. And they say if you choose this, you probably will just have to choose peace. And always learn. Yeah? Look at us here. I'm a Yoruba man. We have Fulanis on my platform. Yes, I do. I have Fulani boys, Fulani men and women here too. I have Hausas. I have Kanuris. I have the Domas. I have the, I have everyone here. They stop by once in a while. Some stay there permanently. Because you can always have a way of connecting you just to a story from that Nigeria. And that then, it doesn't really kind of feel hard. Yeah?
to see clearly and make a decision that many of us have made a while back, and we are pursuing with so much vigor. Peace and war, they work hand in hand. But trust me, there's a lot of penetration you can do if you come in peace. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a teacher who have put all these pieces together, I advise you that you see those who are going to dance to their own surugede, you would have to let them dance it alone. Don't get attached to them because of your religion. Do not attach yourself to them because of your tribe. Please, don't let your emotional intelligence betray you. So give them a second thought. Simply because they speak the same language like you. That is why you are in my class. Maybe every night. So that you don't make the same mistake again and again. And like others, expecting a different result. You don't want to do that, do you? So once you know this, and I come in peace, you're obviously going to know peace. And as for your mental health, I said something. War, peace, they work together. You give peace. If they defeat peace, you have nothing else to offer, Abi. You offer war. But your war at the same time is not always the war of gun and bullets, my dear brothers and sisters. See, that's something I figured out too. Oh, the revolutionary war of the mind. That word, and that's kind of sentence or statement never really left my own thinking. All the time, I just feel like there's something called revolutionary or revolution of the mind, or something like that. Something that will just make you feel like you are not at peace. When you see impunity, when you see injustice, it doesn't matter who is the victim. When you get to that stage, what you offer is peace. And when they take that away, you offer war. And that particular one is that when they say the people's power is the most potent power. Let's seek it and use it. And we will use it. As a Yoruba man, I have decided to think Yoruba first. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá, àwọn tí Tinubu ò ní nǹkan kan tó jẹ́ ṣe pẹ̀lú títí wa lọ́kàn. Tabarẹ́ni tó bá ń sọ fún yín pé nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la Yorùbá, nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la Yorùbá, irọ́ pátápátá ni. Tó bá ti gbà wọ́n gbọ́, má blame ẹnì kankan mọ́ o, ara ẹni kò bá wí. That's what I'm going to do for the next 10 minutes. I want to send a kind of a message to all of you, my Yoruba brothers and sisters. And I'm going to do that in Yoruba. Don't be sick, ẹ gbóyìnbó, ẹ kúkú gbọ́ o. Ṣùgbọ́n fún àǹfààní àwọn èèyàn tí ẹ máa bá wa gé afọ́nrán apá afọ́nrán yìí, ẹ jẹ́ n sọ ibi tó wà fún yín. Ìgbà tí fídíò tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti 1 hour 16 minutes, ìwọ tó bá fẹ́ gé fídíò yìí kó gé láti 1 hour 16 minutes dìgbà tí mo bá sọ Yorùbá yìí dì. Tí o bá ti wá gé tán, ìwọ dà á sígboro kí o wá woṣẹ́, kó wá woṣẹ́ òótọ́, kó wá woṣẹ́ Olúwa. Ayọ̀adé Oseni, thank you very much for your generosity. Ọ̀dàpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn tèmi wà nílé lálẹ́ yìí o. Ẹ ṣé o, a dúpẹ́ o. Thank you for being the voice of reason, for being the beacon of hope in an almost hopeless situation. Your name shall never be forgotten in Yoruba land. Àṣẹ. Amen to that. And thank you for your generosity. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Odùduwà. Tí wọ́n bá sọ fún yín pé ilé tó lọ, tá bá ti ń fi àparí iṣu hàn àlejò, ariwo ilé tó lọ ni o. Ilé yá ọmọ Odùduwà. Gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń fi orúkọ Yorùbá ṣe àpapín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Àkọ́kọ́ ni wípé wọn ò ní tàn wá dó mọ́ o. Wọn ò ní tàn wá jẹ mọ́ o. Ẹni tí wọ́n bá wá tún tàn jẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, á jẹ́ pé òun fúnra ara ẹ̀ ló gbé ìlera ẹ̀ lé wọn lọ́wọ́. So ìwọ tó o bá ń wo fídíò tó ń wo fídíò yìí, èmi ni wọ́n ń pè ní Máyégún General. Máyégún gbogbogbò. Ọmọ Yorùbá tó dáńtọ́ ni mí. Wọ́n pẹ̀lú ìkan nínú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó yanjú, tó là, tó lu, tó sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tó dáńtọ́, tó wá ṣe kí ni o, tó ti wá rí i wípé gbogbo nǹkan tóhùn kí a lè máa kojú nílẹ̀ Yorùbá pátápátá, kò síná ni o, kò sómi ni o, kò sọ́nà ni o, kò sílé ìwé ni o, kò sílé ìwòsàn ni o, kò sóúnjẹ ni o, kò síṣẹ́ ni o, kò sáàbò ni o, àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Àwọn tí wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n ń ṣojú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, àwọn èèyàn bíi Tinubu, àwọn èèyàn bíi Àkàndé, àwọn èèyàn bíi Ọ̀ṣọ́bà, àwọn èèyàn bíi Abíọ́dún lógùn, àwọn èèyàn bíi Ṣèyí Mákindé lọ́yọ̀ọ́, àwọn èèyàn bíi Fáyẹmí lẹ́kìtì, àwọn èèyàn bíi Oyètọ́lá lọ́ṣun, àwọn èèyàn bíi Sanwó-Ikú lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, àwọn èèyàn bíi Akérédolú lóǹdó, àwọn èèyàn bíi Yẹ̀yẹ́ Bello ní Kogi, àwọn èèyàn bíi Abdullahi ní Kwara. Àwọn tí wọ́n sọ ọmọ Yorùbá sí inú oko ẹrú rèé, àwọn tí arójú wọn ń sìn yín nìyẹn, àtàwọn tó bá súnmọ́ wọn. Tí ọmọ Yorùbá ò bá níṣẹ́, tí ò bá síná ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá, tí wọ́n ń sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́, Nàìjíríà ti bàjẹ́, àwọn tí wọ́n ń tira wọn kiri bí olórí Yorùbá yìí, tí wọ́n ń sọ fún yín pé tí ni wọ́n ń ṣe, àwọn náà lọ forí wọn kò jọ tí wọ́n lọ gbé yín lọ bá Buhari o. Wọ́n wá gbé yín lọ bá Buhari tán fódìndí ọdún 7. Wọ́n lẹ́nu wọn pa. Àsìkò wá tó báyìí sìn tí Buhari ti fẹ́ fún wọn ní fàṣẹ, tó fẹ́ fún wọn ní fàṣẹ. Wọ́n wá rántí Yorùbá. Wọ́n wá rántí pé àwọn ọmọ yín nídìí ẹ̀, wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti lọ léèwé. Wọ́n rántí pé ẹ̀yin arúgbó nídìí ìtọ́jú. Wọ́n rí pé ẹ̀yin ìyálọ́jà nídìí ẹ̀tọ́ sí ètò ìyáwó tó ṣe kí ni o tí ò ní fún yín lọ́rùn. Wọ́n wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rántí sí pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ yín nídìí iṣẹ́. Gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n gbé pamọ́ láti iye ọdún 7 tí gbogbo nǹkan fi bàjẹ́ débi tó bàjẹ́ dé yìí. Wọ́n wá rántí ẹ̀ báyìí sìn. Wọ́n wá ń sọ fún yín pé àwọn fẹ́ ṣe é, ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan ò fẹ́ káwọn ṣe é. Ṣùgbọ́n nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la àwọn ọmọ yín, nítorí ọjọ́ ọ̀la yín, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ darapọ̀ máwọn. Káwọn bá àwọn tí ò fẹ́ káwọn wá ṣe nǹkan yẹn, káwọn bá wọn jà. Irọ́ ni o. Tẹ́ bá wo APC dáadáa ń sìn, ó ti di rúwá, ògìrì wá, ó ti di iṣu, ata, yanyan, yam, pẹpẹ, skàtàskàtà. Ẹ fún mi ìṣẹ́jú kan, I need a lot of comments in there to acknowledge. So, Ayo Ade Esheun Adupe lẹ́yìn alàgbà Ayọ̀ Adé àtúntì Ọlá Usman Esheun o àsìkò Yorùbá làwà ẹ má bínú. Then mo tún ti rí Màámi the Empress. Ẹ̀yin náà ṣeun máa o. God bless you and replenish you there as much as your heart desires. My mama there too, Funke Ekpebu. Thank you. You see this thing, power share, what's they call it? Super chat, super thanks, all this thing, eh? If you know what way this thing they cost on social media, eh? Look at it. They are giving them money. That's why they are doing it. Yeah. Oh boy, people they hate themselves because of super chats, honestly speaking. Like people they count money, super chats. Well, you know, the ridiculous thing about it is that it's so good, right? But they only give us 51% of it. YouTube, they keep 49% of it. So, but at the end of the day, it adds to the engagement of the video. So it helps in the long run. But at least, you know, they say if you are doing something you like, you probably will never have to work in your life. So I just talk, and then, I don't know, you just feel good. Like you have to bring your own, you have to bring out your card. Abi? So anyway, so I always know the time that I want Temiwa online, I want Temiwa around. So thank you. So fún odindi ọdún méje, tẹ́ bá wá pa gbogbo wọn papọ̀ fún odindi ọdún mẹ́tàlélógún, 23 years ni àwọn tí Tinubu àti àwọn olè oníjẹkújẹ tọ́jọ́ ń kóra wọn kiri, àwọn alájẹtọ̀ọ́lé alájẹyàgbẹ́sára, alájẹmálérìn mọ́ tó ń fọ̀pá rìn bí ẹni tí kíní ó yẹ yín sìn. Ó ti yẹn fódìndí ọdún mẹ́tàlélógún ni wọ́n fi tàn wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. PDP, APC, ACN, AC, this and that. So àwọn náà ni wọ́n ti wá jẹ́ tán báyìí sìn tó ń sọ pé Yorùbá ló lè ran àwọn lọ́wọ́ kí Yorùbá kó jẹ́ káwọn ṣẹ̀gẹ́ ti ń sìn. So ìwọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá, wọ́n fẹ́ tàn ẹ́ jẹ ni, wọ́n fẹ́ tàn ẹ́ dó ni, wọ́n fẹ́ tàn ẹ́ náà lẹ́gbàá ni. Tó bá àláòwú wọn, má padà wá sunkún bá anybody mọ́. So yẹn là ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé kí wọ́n má ṣe kíni o, kí wọ́n má bá ayé ẹ̀. So ìwọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá, ibi tó bá ti gbọ́ tó ti ń sọ Yorùbá nation, o lè má understand ẹ̀ lọ títí. Listen, it's okay, it's alright. Ṣé o get sin? Tó o bá understand nǹkan tó ń sọ lọ títí, it's okay. But you will get to know if you decide to have a conversation. Àwọn èèyàn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ kó táwọn mọ̀ nípa ìdí tí a ṣe láti gba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, gba òmìnira bí jà fún nǹkan báyìí, jà fún tọ̀hún, ṣé òun gbọ́ mi ń sìn? Tí o bá farabalẹ̀ pé kán ṣàlàyé fún ẹ, o get? Nàìjíríà ò ní nǹkan kan tó fẹ́ offer. Àwọn olè ti take over. Ó ti di turn by turn Nigeria Limited. Àwọn ọmọ yín ò nítorí ẹ̀ níṣẹ́. Tí Tinubu jẹ president kò jẹ president, àwọn ọmọ yín ò nítorí ẹ̀ níṣẹ́. Ṣẹ́ni tó ní kán lọ ra àgbàdo, kán lọ kó àgbàdo, àwín, ẹ̀gẹ́, kán fi bọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín, kán dà wọ́n sínú 50 million wọn, kán dà wọ́n sínú igbó, kán lọ bá Boko Haram jà. Ṣé yẹn ló rò pé o ní plan for future àwọn ọmọ yín? Wọn ò ní nǹkan kan. Ṣé you get ń sìn? Ẹ sọ fún tilé, kẹ́ sọ fún toko. Nǹkan tó yẹ kí àwọn Tinubu máa jà fún lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí òun ni òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, tí àwa ọmọ Yorùbá tí a lè kọjú mọ́ nǹkan tó jẹ wá lógún nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ṣé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ni? Ṣé ètò ìlera ni? Ṣé ètò ààbò ni? Ṣé ètò ìdàgbàsókè ni? Ẹ ti understand sìn? Ìtọ́jú àwọn arúgbó ni? Gbogbo nǹkan tó wù kí a fẹ́ ṣe tí wọ́n bá ṣì ń àtàchì wa mọ́ Nàìjíríà, bàbá àṣẹ máa bá kú leléyìí o. Ṣé wàá yẹ ká bá báyìí kú? Nígbà tí èmi ń dàgbà, wọ́n ní tí ìṣẹ́ ò bá la, ọmọ inú ẹ̀ máa là. Lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí sìn ìṣẹ́ ò là, ọmọ inú ẹ̀ gan ó perish ni o. Ṣé a yẹ ká bá báyìí kú gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá? Anyway, èmi máa ṣí line ní wa láìpẹ́, ṣùgbọ́n mo ní àwọn èèyàn mi, àwọn tí Kọ̀nífà. Ṣé o ti yé báyìí sìn? So anybody tó bá fẹ́ bèrè question, if you have any question around this Kọ̀nífà tournament and you want to give your support and all of that, I have one or two of people on the line already. They are going to answer your questions. At the same time, you know, I want us to please, like I said, even if you don't understand much about it, okay, let's listen, let's discuss, okay? There is always something there for us to keep and benefit in a way, okay? Let's give our support as much as we can. And then, yeah, I'm going to be back in a minute or two. Make I go mix my tea. The whole thing don't empty. No vex, guys. I'll be back in a moment, okay? Don't go anywhere. We are going to be talking about the conifer and all that. And I'm also going to be taking your questions as well tonight. So make it easier for me, right? Share the broadcast if you haven't, okay? I will be back in a minute or two.